Jai Shri Mataji. Let us all bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. Let us recite Shri Ganesh Mantra. Let us now listen to Shri Mataji's speech.
Sorry for this delay, but today there's something great luck for us. A gentleman has come from Delhi with the plans of our ashram in Delhi, and within 2-3 days we could make another plan, a much better plan for Delhi people. And he came to see us this evening, and I had to discuss it with him. And I'm sure he'll manage it very well. And he's invited Alan to go to India, and he's going to look after Alan there, and he's going to make him stay in India, where Alan is going to work out the whole thing. So let's give a hand to Alan. It's very God sent, we must understand. Again, the Rutambara Pragya is working out. Let him be seated somewhere. There's a guest we have. Can you give a room somewhere to him?
It's a different one.
Huh?
It's not the same.
Where is he sitting?
He's there. Would you ask Arun to come in?
Let him be seated somewhere. So, it was pointed out by Warren that he'll have to work here for 2 years. He cannot practice as an architect, and he has to put so much money to insure, and all kinds of problems are here. And suddenly today we find somebody who is willing to take him up in India and send him abroad, and all those things are there. So we can imagine how things work out for him. But there should be dedication and understanding about Sahaj Yoga, first of all. That's very important. Now today, in the beginning of the whole thing, I don't want to say something that will not make you happy. Today is a day of great happiness and joy, and that we have to know that Christ came on this earth to deliver us from our sins and our karmas. And it was such a sacrifice. He went into which we cannot see or visualize with human understanding. It was too much for a person who was so powerful to get into a position where he had to forget that he was so powerful and go through all that and treated just like an ordinary person. It was too much, but he did it just because that drama was to be played, because Agya Chakra was to be opened up. But we have to understand that though he has done all that, our karmas are being taken away, as you know. That as soon as the Kundalini is awakened, you know that Kundalini cannot be awakened if your karmas are clean. You cannot. That's why in the olden days people used to go to Himalayas and all those far-fetched places, used to clean their karmas, clean their bodies, clean everything. And then they used to get awakening of the Kundalini, they used to get realization. But the way we have got realization, thanks to Christ, that Agya Chakra could be opened out and that I could manage that. But we do not realize that once that is done, that means you are now entitled to get your realization. Because of your Agya Chakra being opened out, that your Sahasrara can be opened out. But the punishment of the karmas has been taken away. You are being given such a higher position that you suddenly become saints. And you get all the knowledge that saints cannot have about Sahaja, about the Shuddha Vidya, the Nirmal Vidya. You get all the knowledge also. But the problem is, I find, that we have certain special problems belonging to the special countries also. And my attention has been on England very much, you know that. And I have really worked here very hard. 10 years I have worked here. And for English Sahajogis, it is important to understand what are they lacking in. It's just our own understanding of ourselves, which should be done with proper critical eye, so that we understand what is our problem. Of course, the karmas have been forgiven, you can see that. No problem of the karmas are there. But the problem that exists within us is also a little bit from this country itself. The first is that this is a country of Tamoguna, because it is in a very high altitude placed and it is very cold country and people are used to drinking and all those things. So the generations have done that. So it has gone into more Tamogunas. And now it is so saturated that Tamoguna, when once upon a time it was on the right side, now it has gone onto the left side, because the whole saturation of that drinking and all those things have brought this Tamogun to settle down in this country. So the first problem is of Tamogun. And Tamogun makes you, with your intelligence, explain everything, whatever you do. So the intelligence has a capacity to cheat itself. So the intelligence tell you, see now, all right, if we have to get up in the morning, that may be all right in India, but in England may be too much. That's special intelligence, you see. And then the progress compared to other people becomes slow, despite mother is working so hard here. The second thing is that Tamogunis, you see, because they have to live with their Tamogun, they become very shallow. and their depth is missing because they are on the other side of it. And they do not touch their depth, so they can live very superficial, you see. Whatever they do, they don't feel anything. I mean, they are not ashamed of it, they are not touched by it, whatever it is. At the most, they blame a bhoot somewhere, that's all. But otherwise, in a shallow way, one lives. They do not touch it that much where they should touch because of tamoguna. Now, as it is, this is the heart of the universe. And a person who has a heart is the most deep personality. Because you see, doing with the heart. Anything done with the heart means you are all out for it. But just the other way around it is that sometimes when we are shallow, there is no heart, nothing. We do something without the heart. Now, as you have seen in the Ashtanga Yogas, there's many times I have said Ishvara Pranidhan is the first. Now, what is Ishvara Pranidhan? We must understand. Ishvara Pranidhan is the establishment of God in your heart. Now, how do you do it? You see a mantra. You are just saying it outwardly. You are clearing out outwardly. You are meditating outwardly. But when you are saying that, you are just using your right side or your left side, but not your heart. So what you have to do is to balance both. When you are saying something, say it with devotion, with dedication, with understanding. And try to put it in your heart. That whatever I am saying is a mantra given to me by Adi Shakti herself. So is a mantra very powerful. But the mantras also lose their powers if you do not have the Ishvara Pranidhan. That means your Ishvara must be established in your heart. And this is what we lack, is that when we do something, we just do outwardly in a shallow way. And if you are shallow, you will be playing with yourself. And playing games is a very common thing with us. Because you see, people with tamasa, what else will they do? I mean, they are lazy lumps. So, the mind has to be used. You see, mind doesn't stop, isn't it? It's working all the time. And we are lazy, doing nothing. So, the mind plays on itself. And then we should understand that this mind is the one that makes you shallow. We make faces as if we are very happy before mother or something like that, or we say we are very, this thing, we have achieved this and that, supposing. But she knows. So what we have to do is to feel what we want to say, what we have to do. That is Ishvara Pranidhan. It should not be superficial. I have seen people, oh mother, this, that. But this is just coming from the lips only sometimes. It should come from the heart. Try to feel that. You will see the joy will be much more. You are trying to give me joy. You try to give yourself that joy. And that's what you are feeling within your heart. Try to feel that in your heart. Then the Ishvara Pranidhana is established. But this is one of the problems, is the tamasaga. But when they were aggressive in this country, when they had aggression, see, they created another problem, is to sort of condition our minds. This also we should face it directly. Especially for Britishers, it is important to face that. Very important, because I have been noticing it is happening. Now what happens? Supposing you are an aggressor, means what do you do? I mean, see, in a stark way, just forget that you are Britisher, just go away from it. You just think like this, that this is your house, then you become quite healthy, hefty, and you go and attack another person, drive him out of his house, stay there nicely for 300 years. It is that. As simple as that. That's what the forefathers have done here. And they have conditioned our mind. Means what have we done? That means you have no respect for anybody else's country. Simple as that. That they showed no respect for anybody else's life. To them, they were the ones, they could occupy other countries, they could capture other countries, live there, dominate them. But as a result of that, the conditioning is still in the minds. Because when we live, say, in the ashram now, I was very happy to know that the ashram of Brighton is looking so much better. People are looking after it. It's a very big thing. That shows that you respect that place which is a holy place. You are looking after it. Otherwise, formerly the ashram was this, that the bills would rise so high that everybody became bankrupt with that. Everything was broken, everything was thrown away. They lived the way they liked, all the lights were on all the time, all the fire was on, this happened, that happened. I mean, impossible to put them together in any place. It was like that. So today I was so happy to learn that there's an ashram where people respect. So to be more on the right side, we should know, do we respect? Do we respect others' properties? This is not others, this is mother's property. I mean, you give them any sofa set, after 10 days you go and see it's all broken, finished, ready there. Anything, it used to happen like that. Now, this should come, that we have to respect. We have to respect now the property which is, first of all, started with Sahaja Yoga property. And then it will start with others. We have to respect. Then another conditioning that we have from the society, we must face it. It's very funny, is this that nobody respects anybody's wife or anybody's husband. They are married, but their eyes will be on somebody's wife, somebody's this thing. How can you do that? See to the subtle side, because now you have become subtler people. And you must see these problems exist in our country. That we have got this conditioning. Around us is all this going on. Somebody's wife is going with somebody's husband. No respect. They are married people. How can you carry on with somebody's wife or somebody's husband? Just think of the society in which we live, isn't it? Now somebody is married to someone. Now you cannot carry on with a person who belongs to somebody else. It's a simple thing like that. But it's on. You see, in the society, we live in that kind of a society. I mean, every day we hear such news. I mean, it is shocking sometimes. So we have to face the problems with which we are living. Like Indians have their own problems and they are horrid on that line. So we have to face our problems. So first of all, we have to know that we must establish Ishvara Pranidhana. Sahaja Yoga cannot be established by people who are shallow, who are superficial in Sahaja. Some people think they can play about. They feel happy, by disturbing the ashramites, by talking against the ashram people about Sahaja Yogis. Many have seen. Sahaja Yogis are horrid, as if other people are better. They go on like that, see, playing. But what is the thing? They lose. They are the losers. They don't understand this. By doing this kind of a thing, you are the loser. Whom are you playing with? You are playing against with yourself. Those people who try to criticize Sahaja Yogis must know that they are cutting themselves out of Sahaja Yoga. And this is just they are playing games, you see, and this should not be allowed. Nobody should criticize Sahaja Yogis, which is a group. One individual Sahaja Yogi is doing wrong, I will know. So it is very important that you should be accepted by the group. If you are an individual, think you are a great personality and you are trying to correct others. And say that the Sahaja Yogis are bad and the ashram is bad and do like that. then you must know you are getting out of Sahaja. Very soon you will be out. So one should not try these things. And taking sides with newcomers. When the newcomers come in, you are more attached to the newcomers than to the Sahajogis, then be sure you are not there. That's one of the way you can judge. Are you with the collectivity or are you trying to get out of it and trying to control all the rest of them? Alright? This is one of the ways of understanding yourself. All such tricks will put you out of Sahaja. And I think this is what Pluto is working out now. So be very careful. It's nice to celebrate, but spirituality is purity. If your heart is not pure, you will be thrown out. Pluto is purity. And purity has one quality, that it is very joy-giving. It's glorious to be pure, to be innocent. But it also means that many things have to be dropped out, and those who don't drop out will be dropped out with those things. So I want to warn you that it's a very good day that has started today. But this is the problem we'll be facing now. So be very careful, don't play games with Sahaja. Clean your heart. This is for few people I know who are doing these things. I know about every one of them. So those who are against collectivity will be immediately dropped off. And then even if they want to come back, they cannot. That can be arranged. So try to be one with the group. Try to have better friendship, better relationship, better brotherhood, greater love, greater affection, complete understanding. Enjoy each other. That's the best way. Sahajogis should enjoy each other, not the others. Others are others till they come to us. Remember that. In the eyes of God, others are others. Sahajogis are His people. Others are not important at all, at all, at all. If they come, well and good. Of course, one should not be harsh with them, be kindly, nice, bring them along. But in a group, you have to be one. Then there should be no differentiation. I mean, that is one of the qualities the English had once upon a time. When Calais was invaded, at the time of Queen Elizabeth, the Catholics and the Roman Catholics and the Protestants all joined together, forgetting their differences. I hope you remember those good qualities of the English also. And that's what one has to understand, that when we are facing others, we are all one. And this is, I am telling you again, the unity is extremely important for the strength of Sahaja. Those who try to correct the Sahajogis all the time are really trying to play into the hands of Satan. They are doing no good to Sahaja. Be careful of such people. They'll be thrown away. They'll lose their vibrations and you'll find them. So Sahaja Yoga, as it is a very great force of getting people together, also there's a force that is working which is throwing out. Because here, only those who will improve will become higher and higher, will be acceptable. There's no other criteria, you know that. Those who become purer and purer are accepted are Sahajogis. You are all Sahajogis here sitting down. But all of you have to become better and better and better. The first thing that will happen, that you will be clear-headed. What I find is that Tamogunis have no clear head. First thing, I call somebody, X, Mr. X, come along, or a lady comes to me. The first reaction is, she puts up her head like this, with a barrier. Said, now I'll say that, see, this carpet is to be, say, cleaned out. What? Which one? Where? Oh God. I said this carpet is to be cleaned. Then the another question started. You go on telling 10 answers, but nothing goes, there's a barrier. Nothing goes into it. They just don't understand. Now, how to explain anything to such people? There's no clear headedness. The whole head is clouded, you see, with a barrier which doesn't want to take anything in there. So, all my lectures are nothing but a sing song, I think. Nothing goes in the head. So, first of all, the purity of heart. You know that the heart has got 7 chakras around it, the 7 auras. And when the heart is clean, the light is clean, the sahasrara becomes clean. Absolutely. First is that complete dedication of the heart should be there. That I am going to be perfectly alright and I am going to be an ideal surgeon. Is my responsibility. Then all this will go away. Because this muddled head business, I think they hear 50%, 25% they forget, and 25% is lost. So what do they understand what I talk to them? So this kind of a barrier is a fashion also. Is a fashion. I have noticed it's a fashion in this country, especially. Because if you tell them something, there's no need, but first they'll repeat my question. Is this the question? All right, this is the question. I say, what is your name? You said, what is my name? I said, yes, what is your name? Oh, do you mean I didn't understand that? Oh, I said, what's your name? Oh, go on like that. And by that they think they have been very sophisticated. It's a new English style, I think. Some French have nonsensical ideas about sophistication, but English sophistication I can't understand. What is sophistication in this? Then while talking they'll say 10 times, I can't understand. Why? Why can't you speak straightforward thing what is to be said? Now you must train up. Imagine a Saj Yogi standing up to give a lecture with many Then they'll think I'm saying some mantras or what?
Let us now recite the Mahamantras.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Thank you, Shri Mataji, for blessing us with this beautiful meditation. Let us all bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. We'll continue again tomorrow morning, same time. Jai Shri Mataji.